Hello everyone. Welcome to this powerful video. I'm truly glad you're here. Today's topic isn't just important. It might be one of the most life-changing choices you ever make for your peace, your growth, and your future. Our video today is titled, How to Focus on Yourself. And I want you to stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to hear is not motivation. It's a mirror. A mirror that will show you how much of your life you've spent giving your time, your attention, and your heart to people who never gave the same back. A mirror that will reveal the truth, that you've been investing your energy into everything and everyone, except the one person who actually needed it the most, you. This is not about becoming selfish. This is not about ignoring people. This is not about becoming cold or distant. This is about survival, emotional survival. Because if you don't learn to focus on yourself now, you will keep living a life built on guilt, overthinking, exhaustion, and invisible pain. You'll keep answering messages that drain you, showing up for people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared, giving your time, your care, and your soul to people who give nothing in return. And you'll wonder, why am I always tired? Why am I stuck? Why don't I feel like myself anymore? Somewhere along the way, you forgot a truth. Your life belongs to you, not to your critics, not to your followers, not to the people who hurt you, ignored you, or took you for granted. This video is your sign. Your signal to come back to yourself, to reset, to rebuild, to finally choose your peace, your energy, your mind, and your future. And in today's lesson, I will walk you through 12 of the most powerful, brutally honest, and life-changing steps that will help you truly focus on yourself. No sugarcoating, no fake positivity, just raw, real transformation. The kind I wish someone had given me when I was lost, when I was chasing people, when I was overthinking every word I said, when I was shrinking myself just to make others comfortable. If you're tired of feeling drained, if you're tired of being ignored, if you're ready to finally become the main character of your own life, then this video is for you. And as you listen, this lesson will not only shift your mindset, it will also improve your English. You will learn powerful vocabulary, emotional expression, and clear thinking in English, all while rebuilding yourself from the inside out. Take a deep breath. We begin now. Step 1. Understand the importance of self-focus. Before you learn how to focus on yourself, you must understand why it matters. Because without a strong reason, without knowing the true value of self-focus, your mind will always drift back to old habits. Pleasing others, overthinking, comparing, sacrificing your peace, and giving more than you receive. Self-focus is not about selfishness. It is about survival. It is about protecting your emotional energy, preserving your identity, and choosing a life that aligns with your purpose instead of the expectations placed on you. For years, you may have been taught that focusing on yourself is wrong, that caring for yourself is selfish, that choosing your own needs first makes you a bad person. But the truth is, every time you ignore your own needs, you slowly weaken the foundation of your life. When you don't focus on yourself, you lose clarity. You lose direction. You lose confidence. You lose the connection to your inner voice, the voice that guides you toward a better future. Without self-focus, you say yes when your heart wants to say no. You stay in places that drain you. You give to people who take advantage of your kindness. You live according to the expectations of others, while your own dreams quietly die inside you. Focusing on yourself is the moment you take your life back. It is the decision to stop pouring into people who never pour back. It is the courage to choose your peace over their approval. It is the realization that your mental health matters, your emotions matter, your energy matters, and your future matters. When you truly understand the importance of self-focus, you stop apologizing for choosing yourself. You stop feeling guilty for protecting your heart. You stop shrinking so others can feel comfortable. You begin to see that self-focus is not optional. It's essential. It's the foundation of confidence, strength, emotional balance, and true transformation. So before anything else, let this truth sink into your heart. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is the first step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. Step 2. Let go of external validation. Most people don't live their own lives. They live for the approval of others. They dress for others, speak for others, act for others, and think for others. Their happiness rises and falls based on how people react to them. And this is the biggest enemy of self-focus. If your worth depends on someone else's opinion, you will never feel strong, confident, or free. Letting go of external validation means breaking the invisible chain that have controlled your emotions for years. You do not need applause to feel valuable. You do not need likes to know your worth. You do not need approval to follow your heart. When you constantly seek validation, you give others power. Power to hurt you, define you, confuse you, and control you. And the painful truth is, most people aren't even thinking about you. They are too busy thinking about themselves. So why hand your peace to people who don't even notice your struggles? Letting go of external validation is an act of self-respect. It means understanding that your value does not come from praise or attention. It comes from the person you are becoming. It comes from your growth, your courage, your kindness, your resilience. When you stop needing people to approve your choices, your confidence becomes unshakable. You begin to trust your own voice more than their opinions. You begin to feel lighter, freer, stronger. And that is the moment you truly begin to focus on yourself. Step 3. Create strong personal boundaries. One of the greatest acts of self-focus is creating boundaries. Clear lines that protect your time, your energy, your emotions, and your mental space. Most people who struggle to focus on themselves have one thing in common. They let everyone else's needs come before their own. They say yes when their heart is exhausted. They tolerate behaviors that hurt them. They allow people to use their kindness, take advantage of their availability, and drain their emotional strength. Boundaries are not walls, they are filters. They don't keep everyone out, they only keep out the things that harm your peace. When you don't have boundaries, your life becomes scattered. You lose your ability to focus because every person, every request, every noise enters your space without permission. Your mind becomes crowded, your schedule becomes overloaded, and your heart becomes tired. And slowly, you stop recognizing yourself. Creating boundaries is the process of reclaiming control. It is telling yourself, my peace matters, my time matters, my energy matters. Saying no does not make you rude. It makes you honest. Taking time for yourself does not make you selfish. It makes you healthy. Refusing to accept disrespect does not make you difficult. It makes you strong. Boundaries teach others how to treat you, and more importantly, they teach you how to treat yourself. When you learn to say no without guilt, you begin to say yes to the right things: your growth, your healing, your passions, your dreams. And every time you protect your energy, you come one step closer to focusing on the life you truly want. Step 4. Prioritize your mental and emotional energy. Your energy is your most precious resource. Not money, not time. Energy. Because without emotional and mental energy, even the simplest tasks feel heavy. Conversations drain you. Responsibilities overwhelm you. Dreams feel impossible. And yet so many people waste their energy on things that don't matter. Arguments, gossip, overthinking, unnecessary responsibilities, people who do not value them, situations that do not bring peace. To truly focus on yourself, you must learn to guard your energy like a treasure. Pay attention to what drains you and what restores you. Notice which people leave you feeling empty and which people make you feel alive. Observe which habits strengthen you and which ones weaken you. When you become aware of your energy, you begin to make wiser choices. Choices that support your growth instead of destroying it. Protect your mind from negativity. Protect your heart from toxic people. Protect your peace from unnecessary drama. Protect your dreams from your own self-doubt. When you prioritize your energy, you stop giving your strength to things that don't deserve it. You save your focus for what truly matters: your goals, your health, your happiness, your future. And slowly, you begin to feel lighter, calmer, clearer. This is the foundation of self-focus, knowing what deserves your attention and what does not. Step 5. Spend time alone to understand yourself. In a world full of noise, the greatest clarity often comes from silence. And spending time alone is one of the most powerful ways to reconnect with yourself. Most people fear being alone because they are afraid of what they might feel, what they might remember, or what thoughts might rise to the surface. But solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is self-awareness. It is a quiet space where your heart finally gets a chance to speak. When you are always surrounded by people, responsibilities, conversations, and noise, your mind becomes cluttered. You begin to lose touch with who you truly are. You start absorbing other people's opinions, emotions, and expectations until your own desires become invisible. But when you spend time alone, even for a few minutes a day, you slowly rediscover your inner world, your true feelings, your real dreams, your hidden fears, your unanswered questions. Being alone helps you understand what makes you happy and what doesn't, what brings you peace and what disturbs it, what you want in life and what you no longer want to carry. Solitude strengthens self-focus because it removes distractions. It removes pressure. It removes noise. It lets you hear your own voice again, the voice that society, relationships, or stress may have silenced. Spend time walking alone, sitting alone, breathing alone, thinking alone. Write your thoughts. Reflect on your day. Ask yourself, how am I really feeling? What do I need right now? What do I want from my life? The more time you spend with yourself, the more comfortable you become in your own presence. And when you finally become your own safe place, the world can no longer shake your peace. Step 6. Identify your goals and align your life with them. You cannot focus on yourself if you don't know where you are going. Life becomes blurry and confusing when you live without purpose. Many people wake up every day repeating the same habits, following the same routines, and avoiding difficult decisions, not because they want to, but because they have no clear direction. When you don't define your goals, life pushes you in random directions, and you end up spending your time on things that don't matter. Identifying your goals is the process of choosing your future intentionally. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What kind of life do I want to build? What makes me feel alive? What am I willing to work for? Your goals don't have to be big. They just need to be true. Maybe you want better health. Maybe you want emotional peace. Maybe you want to learn a skill. Maybe you want financial stability. Maybe you want to love yourself again. Once you know your goals, align your daily choices with them. Don't spend hours on things that weaken your mind. Don't waste energy on people who don't respect you. Don't invest time in habits that pull you backward. Focus on the steps that lead you toward your vision. This alignment is what transforms your life. When your actions match your goals, you stop feeling lost. You stop wondering if you're wasting your life. Your days begin to feel meaningful. Your mind becomes sharp. Your focus becomes stronger. And slowly, step by step, you begin to walk in the direction of the future you deserve. Step 7. Stop comparing yourself with others. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to lose yourself. It pulls you away from your own path and pushes you into someone else's life. The moment you compare your journey with another person's journey, you create unnecessary pain inside your mind. Pain that comes from imagining you are behind, not enough, or somehow less worthy. But the truth is simple. Comparison destroys self-focus. When you compare yourself to others, you stop looking at your own growth. You stop appreciating your progress. You start feeling like you're failing, even when you're actually improving. You forget that everyone's life moves at a different speed. Some people bloom early, others bloom late. Some rise quickly, others rise slowly but deeply. Life is not a race, and you are not supposed to reach the same milestones at the same time as everyone else. Comparison blinds you to your own blessings. You look at someone's success but ignore their struggle. You see their confidence but don't see their insecurities. You admire their highlight moments but forget that they also have silent battles you know nothing about. Every soul carries its own story, and your story is meant to unfold in its own way, at its own time. Instead of comparing, start observing your own journey. Notice how far you have come. Notice the challenges you survived. Notice the strength you built in silence. Your only competition is your past self. If you're growing, if you're learning, if you're improving, even slowly, then you are already winning. When you stop comparing, your mind becomes calmer. Your heart becomes lighter. You start focusing on what truly matters. Your goals, your peace, your progress, your happiness. And that is the moment self-focus becomes natural, not forced. Step 8. Practice mindfulness and present moment awareness. Your mind has a habit of running away, into the past, where regrets live, or into the future, where fear lives. And when your mind wanders too much, you lose the ability to focus on yourself in the present moment. Mindfulness is the art of bringing your mind back home to now. It is the skill of noticing your thoughts without being controlled by them. It is learning to be fully present with yourself. Most people live on autopilot. They wake up and rush into the day. They think, but don't feel. They move, but don't breathe. They react, but don't reflect. Mindfulness breaks this pattern. It slows you down. It grounds you. It helps you see what is truly happening inside you, not what your fears are imagining. Even 1 minute of mindful breathing can reset your emotions, relax your nerves, and bring back mental clarity. Being mindful means noticing how you feel, what thoughts are rising, what your body is telling you, and what your heart needs in this moment. When you practice present moment awareness, you stop living in old memories or future worries. You start living in the only place where life actually happens, here, right now. Mindfulness creates space, space to breathe, space to think clearly, space to refocus, space to choose better. And when your mind becomes clear, your focus naturally returns to yourself. You stop getting lost in the noise of the world. You start hearing your own voice. Step 9. Remove distractions that pull you away from yourself. You cannot focus on yourself if your mind is constantly being pulled in 100 different directions. Distractions are silent thieves. They steal your time, your peace, your attention, and your inner clarity without you even noticing. And the sad part is, most distractions feel harmless at first. A few minutes on social media, a few messages, a bit of gossip, a quick look at notifications. But slowly, these small moments add up and steal hours of your life. Hours that could have been spent on your goals, on your growth, on your healing, on your dreams. Some distractions come from devices, some from people, some from your own thoughts, and some from responsibilities that were never yours to carry in the first place. To truly focus on yourself, you must learn to identify what pulls you away from your center. Is it someone who drains your energy? Is it social media that wastes your time? Is it overthinking that exhausts your mind? Is it responsibilities that overwhelm you? The moment you identify these distractions, you can begin to remove them, gently, intentionally, and without guilt. You do not need to disappear from the world. You simply need to create space for yourself within it. Limit the voices that confuse you. Reduce the noise that stresses you. Protect your mind from content that makes you doubt your worth. And most importantly, spend less time with people who make your world darker instead of brighter. Distraction is the enemy of self-focus, but awareness is the beginning of freedom. When you remove distractions, even partially, you will feel your mind becoming clearer, your emotions becoming calmer, and your focus returning to the things that truly matter. Suddenly, you will have time to think, time to breathe, time to reflect, time to rebuild yourself from the inside out. You don't need a perfect environment to focus on yourself. You just need fewer distractions than before. And that small change can transform everything. Step 10. Build healthy habits that support your growth. Self-focus is not just a decision, it is a lifestyle. And that lifestyle is built on habits. The habits you repeat every day shape your mindset, your mood, your health, your discipline, and your entire future. If your habits are weak, your focus will be weak. If your habits are strong, your focus will naturally stay centered on yourself. Healthy habits are not about perfection. They are about consistency. Even small habits can change your life if you repeat them daily. For example, reading for 10 minutes, journaling your thoughts, practicing breathing exercises, exercising even a little, keeping your space clean, avoiding negative content, sleeping on time, drinking water, limiting social media, learning something new each day. Each small habit sends a message to your brain. I care about myself. I am building myself. I am focusing on my growth. Over time, these habits transform your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles. You begin seeing yourself as someone who grows. You stop depending on motivation. You start depending on discipline. Healthy habits create structure in your life. They make you feel grounded, stable, and in control. They give your mind a routine to follow so your thoughts don't wander into negativity. They give your heart direction so you don't feel lost. They give your soul purpose so you don't feel empty. When your habits support your growth, your entire life begins to rise. Slowly, silently, beautifully. Focus does not come from force. Focus comes from habits. And every healthy habit you build becomes another step toward the person you want to become. Step 11. Protect your energy by setting clear boundaries. If you want to focus on yourself, you must learn one powerful skill: saying no without guilt. Many people stay exhausted, overwhelmed, and lost, not because they lack time, but because they allow too many people to enter their mental space. They give their energy away to arguments, drama, unnecessary responsibilities, and relationships that drain them. And slowly, they forget themselves. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors that you learn to open or close with wisdom. A boundary can be emotional, mental, or physical. It can look like saying, "I can't talk right now, I need some time alone." Choosing not to reply instantly to every message. Walking away from negativity and gossip. Limiting contact with people who disrespect you. Taking breaks when your heart feels heavy. Protecting your peace instead of trying to please everyone. You do not need to explain your boundaries to everyone. You do not need to apologize for protecting your mental health. You do not need to carry burdens that were never yours. When you set boundaries, you reclaim your power. You reclaim your time. You reclaim your peace. You reclaim your identity. Some people will not like your boundaries because they benefited from your lack of them. But that is okay. Anyone who truly respects you will also respect your need for space. Boundaries do not push people away. They push stress away. They create room for your growth, your healing, your rest, and your dreams. Without boundaries, you lose yourself. With boundaries, you find yourself. Step 12. Connect with your inner self. Through quiet reflection. To truly focus on yourself, you must learn to listen to the quiet voice inside you. The one that gets drowned out by noise, responsibility, expectations, and the world's constant demands. Your inner self is always speaking to you, guiding you, warning you, comforting you. But you can only hear it when you slow down. Reflection is not just thinking. It is understanding. Understanding your emotions, understanding your patterns, understanding your dreams, understanding what hurts you and what heals you. You can reflect in many ways. Sitting quietly for a few minutes each day, journaling your thoughts, walking alone without headphones, meditating, observing your feelings instead of running from them, asking yourself gentle questions like, "What do I really want?" or "Why am I feeling this way?" Reflection turns confusion into clarity. It turns pain into insight. It turns mistakes into lessons. It turns fear into direction. Most people avoid reflection because they are afraid of what they'll find. But avoiding your inner world only keeps you stuck. When you finally sit with yourself, honestly, patiently, without judgment, You begin to see your life with new eyes. You understand what is hurting you. You understand what needs to change. You understand what deserves your energy. And you understand who you are becoming. Quiet reflection also strengthens your emotional intelligence. You become more aware of your reactions, more in control of your choices, and more connected to your true self. You stop living on autopilot and start living with intention. Focusing on yourself is impossible if you never pause to look within. Just like a mirror shows your face, reflection shows your soul. You don't need hours. You don't need a perfect setup. You just need a few minutes of honesty every day. In that silence, you meet yourself. And when you meet yourself, your entire life begins to change. Closing message. Dear friend, as we reach the end of this journey, I want you to pause for a moment and truly feel proud of yourself. You chose to be here. You chose to listen. You chose to grow. And that simple choice already sets you apart from the version of you who felt lost, distracted, or disconnected from yourself. Focusing on your own life is not selfish. It is necessary. It is healing. It is the foundation of becoming the person you were always meant to be. Today, you learned how to protect your peace, how to pull your energy back from the world, how to silence noise, how to listen to your inner voice, how to set boundaries, how to create habits, and how to reconnect with the deepest parts of who you are. These steps may seem simple, but together they form a powerful transformation, one that begins quietly, gently, and slowly, but changes everything in the long run. You won't become a new person overnight. You won't feel focused every single day. You won't always know the answers. And that is okay. Growth is not a race. It is a rhythm. Some days you will move forward. Some days you will pause. Some days you will slip. Some days you will rise. But as long as you return to yourself, your center, your truth, your purpose, you will never be lost. Remember this: you deserve a life that feels peaceful inside. You deserve relationships that don't drain you. You deserve habits that make you stronger. You deserve time for yourself without guilt. You deserve to grow at your own pace. So keep taking small steps. Keep choosing yourself. Keep returning to your inner world again and again until it becomes your home. Thank you, dear friend, for being here. Thank you for listening with your heart. Thank you for giving yourself this moment. Your journey to self-focus is just beginning. And I promise you, the person you are becoming will amaze you one day.